Hey everybody, welcome to the Combo Wombo podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Gimpy, joined by the slightly disappearing Chipmunk. What's up, brother?
Ooh, spooky.
Like a ghost. Man.
What's up? Like a ghost.
Oh man, how's your Halloween?
Ghosting these hoes on Instagram. Straight flexing. That is good, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't do nothing, dude. I don't know. It snowed out here. Snowed in the Midwest. So we got a little Jack Skellington out there, dude, you know, a little Nightmare Before Christmas situation.
We did. Yeah, I was out there with the kids, man, and we did do the pod last week. I felt sick, but also I was just fucking dead tired, dude. Like, on top
how could it have happened, bro? You spent all night out
to me?
in the snow, eating candy,
drinking.
Man, mysteries of the world.
Yeah, shout out to my neighbors who had the alcohol giveaways for the adults to trick-or-treating with their kids. It's pretty great.
People have been complaining, dude, crying.
Fantastic.
They're like, has Halloween become more for the adults? All they do now is hang out. I guess like a lot of people have been throwing like parties.
Dude, it's
like they all meet up at like parking
yeah.
lots. Yeah. I don't know. Like I told my buddy about that too, where I was like, I don't know. I grew up like hearing about people doing that all the time, like in the South. Yeah. Like it was more of like just a hoedown or a get together, like a barn burner.
Yeah,
it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna go, you know, block to block, house to house situation. Like that shit happens in TV and the movies.
Oh, dude,
that shit in the Midwest.
My neighborhood, it's just like the movies. Honestly, there's like a bunch of kids. They're just running around, going house to house trick or treating. There's like houses set up that like for the event that they have like little haunted houses you can go in and still trick or treat and stuff like that. Just real quick. That's like one of the big pluses about my neighborhood is there's so many kids that everyone kind of gets into the Halloween spirit, or even like the Christmas, like driving around here with for Christmas lights and stuff is really awesome too. Like some people go all out. It's really cool to see. I don't have to go to like one of those light shows. I could just go a block away, you know. That's one thing I really like about my neighborhood. It was cool, and we always trick or treat early enough because my kids are on the younger side. So we start trick or treating like at 5, and it's still light out. So, and then like right when like 6 o'clock hits, like some of the older kids start coming out, and they have like the more spookier costumes and stuff like that. But they're all very patient. They wait for the little kids and they let them go first or something. And I've actually even seen kids like bigger kids go to other kids and hand candy out of their own bags just for liking costumes. Like, what the hell? My back when I was a kid, man, like you had to worry about the older kids snatching your bag,
Yeah.
Yes.
It is what it is, man. I feel like the mischief making is really I don't know, it's become a little less. Maybe I don't see it as much. Like even like kids wave to me, like I'll be like walking and there's like, I'll see a school bus and all the little kids are waving. And I'm like, man, we used to be flicking. Yeah, I was like, we used to be giving kids I was like, we used to be flicking the bird out to people, dude. Yep. We pissed off this dude so much he like started following us like in the school bus. So I told the bus driver that the cops came and arrested this dude. It was nuts, dude. We're bad little fuckers, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. Yep. These kids are soft.
Yep. There was my bus growing up threw rocks out of the bus at people.
Yeah, they threw everything out the book bag, dude. That wasn't bolted down, dude.
For sure. Different times.
Simpler times, dude. I don't know. Yeah, kids seem like just nicer, more adjusted. I don't know. It's just like one of those things where it's like you kind of grow up, you're like, man, that's kind of messed up. But probably shouldn't, propagate that world anymore with those ideas.
For sure. Yeah, man.
Be like, hey, man, I don't know what you kids are thinking, but let me tell you, don't be burning shit in the school bus. And they're like, that didn't even cross our mind. And you're like, come on, uncle. And you're like, listen, don't pee in a bucket and throw it out the back of that school bus. All right. I don't know what you kids are thinking. What goes through those little brains? Like, that's never even been a single thought in our brains, dude. They've never even entered our stratosphere. It's like, good. It shouldn't. That's messed up.
It's fucked up. But yeah, dude, Halloween went well. There's no real like AAA horror release this year. Resident Evil 4 released the Separate Ways DLC before Halloween, which they expanded upon it from the original game. So that's awesome. But nothing really, caught my attention for playing for spooky times. Silent Hill Ascension came out, or it's like a web thing where people can vote on the answers and shit, and seems to not be doing well.
Okay.
But there's still the Silent Hill 2 remake coming, and then there's the
This
new
is more
Silent
like
Hill
a
game. So we'll
shitty
see.
survey than like an actual game.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man. It's Konami joined still, right?
Yeah, yeah. People kind of hijacked it, and they said, "Oh yeah, let's say well, you put a vote, and you can put a survey, and you can like spam the chat." And people have been just going, "Oh, I want Hideo Kojima's cubbies in my mouth." I'm like, "Whoa,"
Dang.
But that's
I
the
mean, I feel like
nature
that's
of a
the
public forum,
least productive method. No, he's not coming back, boys. He's got his own company. Just enjoy,
So what you get?
what
Yep.
he gave us and what we got. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's yeah. I don't know even what I would want from a Silent Hill at this point.
I think the next game that's actually happening is going to scratch those itches.
I was
Truly.
just telling you
And
about
Silent
this
Hill
the other
2
day
remake.
with all the indie games that come out that are just like horror games.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it seems to be like a really popular genre. I'm not sure if it's because of the nature of like all the streamers that like put all this hype on like these smaller games over
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Where they're always looking for like, oh, what's the next spooky thing? It's like, or if they're just easier to make because like the AI isn't as difficult and they're like basically like Boolean problems where it's like true or false, statements where you're checking like doors and locks and puzzles. So it's a little bit easier to program. I don't know. And like, I think for a long time, there's been like a drought of like fucking scary games too. So it's like everyone kind of came to the same idea at the same time. Type of
Resident
thing.
Evil, Dead Space, Silent Hill has kind of been the three.
Yeah.
Evil Within 1 and 2 showed out for a bit there, but yeah, it's there's been no like people will say, Five Nights at Freddy's, Amnesia, the Amnesia series.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy movie, bro. It's doing big, dude. It's doing big numbers. It's got like over 100 mil.
Yeah.
I've told you, dude. Like I heard about it. I don't give a fuck about Five Nights at Freddy, dude. And like, if a normie like me's hearing about it, dude, who doesn't like watch TV, barely use YouTube, and like, so like if like somebody chirps at me like, oh yeah, you see that Five Nights at Freddy movie, I'm like, oh fuck, this is a big deal. That's how I get my news, bro. Like if it's filtered down to like I'm at the yeah, like I'm by the clay underneath the sediment, dude. Like under if the dirt gets down to me, bro, like you're like, oh, some toxin in the fucking water supply, dude.
Yep. Man, but yeah, no, Halloween went well. I did
got some heavy metals.
I did my 31 days of horror movie watching. I think favorite movie I watched this year, When Evil Lurks. For those who like, it was very gory, it was very graphic. The practical effects as well, really good. It's still on Shudder.
Squib them up.
It.
It's crazy that they used to just use cadavers.
The only one movie did that. Like,
a lot.
No.
Like yeah, dude. Like it's a shocking amount.
Poltergeist used actual skeletons, like real life skeletons, and Cannibal Holocaust used actual dead things, and they killed a turtle on screen, things like that. But no, as far as a triple A movie, no.
No, like I'll say Living Dead. Like they like because it's like cheaper to get body parts that way than to like cast them back then.
No, Night of the Living Dead did not use bodies.
Look it up, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I don't have to.
There's a lot of scary movies out there that use actual dead bodies.
No, there's not.
I don't know. As somebody who's like donating my body to science when I die, dude, I'm like, good.
Yeah. All right, dude. If it like
if you see my head fucking rolling, dude,
on a movie, I'll give you your props. But until then,
damn, that's my only chance to be famous, dude.
Yeah, right. But yeah,
donating my body to science fiction.
Then there's an older movie, the 1980s version of The Blob. Holds up super well, practical effects, some early CGI, but fantastic movie. Held up great. That was my
what's the Blob, dude?
movie. Just this alien literal blob that drops from the sky, starts eating things. It's fantastic. But there's a plot twist to it that even though it's from the 80s, I will not spoil. So
Dang, all right, spoiler alert, dude.
I enjoy it. It's really good though. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, and I was like, this might not hold up. Nope, held up great, fantastic. So
okay, did you watch that with any of the youngins, or were you like, no, it's too scary.
God,
it was nightmares?
no, that was nightmares.
All right, I know like some parents don't give a F, dude. That always blew my mind growing up. Where there's as bad as we were throwing piss buckets out the bus. There was like parents out there like just letting kids watch like complete like rated R movies and shit. We're like, how? Like, do your parents not love you at all? It's just like, whatever, you can handle this movie. You can, and then they'd like come to school and try and tell all of us about it. We're like, man, that movie sounds terrifying. They're like, I peed myself and I cried myself to sleep. And you're like, all right, man, that's rough, dude. That's like their fucking PTSD. That was their nom, dude. Was fucking
I watched a lot of
Blob,
horror
bro.
movies as a kid, but I handled them fine. And I'm pretty sure I'm a well enough adjusted adult, you know.
Yeah, it's fair.
But yeah, everyone's different. Everyone's different. But yeah, man. Like I said, enjoyed Halloween. It was a great time. But now November's upon us. November's upon us, and as we know, it is the biggest shopping time of the. It's the wrong podcast, brother.
What? We're not doing that.
No, not on this podcast.
We're both already lost, dude. 5 days in.
Yeah, right.
I don't know it was a competition.
Big time for purchasing, right?
Am I in prison, dude?
Call of Duty,
bunkmates.
Modern Warfare 3 came out this past couple of days. Oh, it actually comes out Tuesday, I think, but the campaign came out. Worst reviewed Call of Duty campaign in a decade.
No Nicki Minaj, dude.
Yeah. Now,
if there's no Minaj, you must acquit, dude.
Dude, this is
give it a 0.
To No Nut November talk as well. Yeah. Not even worth playing. But
Nicki Minaj the lead.
Let me ask you this, because we've spoken about this quite a bit.
Cardi B, Nicki Minaj going through World War II.
Do you think that Call of Duty? It definitely seems that Activision's mandate was, and they did this once, is to just say, fuck the single player, only do a multiplayer update like a sports game. Fans, there was backlash from the fans going, what the fuck, where's the single player campaign? So they went back with some bangers of campaigns, but it's clear that with, I'm going to use Sledgehammer Games because they made this one. Sledgehammer Games seems to be the studio where they half-ass the campaign, and it's apparent.
Why you gotta attack Sledgehammer Games? I'm
not attacking. I'm just outside looking.
Just calling,
just calling a space.
Putting a light on it. Yeah, I think they acquired Sledgehammer Games because they're known for their online multiplayer, like networking. It was one of the major reasons why they picked them up, because they're like, back in the day, they were having trouble with like all the connectivity. So they're like, oh, we'll get this studio to just work on multiplayer. I want to say that's a thing. It might not be. I know they picked up them. Is it DICE? And then like
no, DICE is owned by EA.
Yeah, they picked up like 4 studios to work on Call of Duty as like one whole game.
Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer are the 3 that they
all right.
do. And they.
I want to say there was another one at one point. They might have offed them, put them on a different game. But yeah, they used to all work on one game, and then they like broke it off into each of them can get more time to cook on one game, because they realized you can't just like. It's not a numbers problem where there's an old assembly line problem where it's like you can only get so many people to make widgets at X amount of speed because there's only so much room on an assembly line. It's kind of the same situation here. It's not like a raw numbers problem where like, oh, there's 3,000 people working at Ubisoft, therefore they can make a game every 6 months. It's like, no, that's not how it works. It just takes raw time, and then there's like holdups along the pipeline as like the product gets made.
Yeah.
So they broke them off into like 3 different teams, and he gave each one of them like 3 to 4 years to work on a game. So that way there's like a new Call of Duty game rotating out every year.
Yep. So let me tell you this though. Modern Warfare.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Is after the fact that last year they said that they were going to take a break between Call of Duties. They lied. So I think that this game was rushed, and I think it's apparent with the quality of the campaign.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying. So,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've never been a big fan of the Call of Duty campaigns, personally.
Originals.
Yeah, like World at War or whatever.
Go back further than that.
1.
Yeah, 1, 2,
Battlefield.
3. Battlefield. What the hell are you talking about, dude? That's DICE.
No.
All right.
Are you sure DICE doesn't work on Call of Duty?
I am 100% sure.
Anyway. I swear, come on, man. You gonna tell me that Battlefield doesn't look like Call of Duty?
No, it doesn't. But there's.
All right.
There's some other things I wanted to touch upon. Mario Wonder came out to fantastic reviews. That seems to be the Switch, and I think we all knew it would be the Switch's main game this year,
But
right?
I remember crying about the Mario Maker Wii U, and you didn't give a fuck,
Legend of
dude.
Zelda.
I was like, yeah, they're canceling their live services. You're like, yeah, it's Wii U, dude. Nobody gives a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
Well, what about the game? And you're like, yeah, fuck them.
That game also got like 2 came out on the Switch, dude. Like,
just buy a Switch, dude. It's such an elitist attitude, bro.
What if it's been a decade, dude?
What if there's a crying child out there that all they got is
you want a
Wii U?
server staying up for 10 years, dude? With like what 3 people using it? Fuck them.
Their grandpa came back from Afghanistan and gave them a Wii U. That was it, dude. That was their whole legacy, dude. Traveled
Should have been a better grandpa. Should have been a better grandpa, dude.
Iraq and Afghanistan with the Wii U shoved up his ass, hidden after he was captured. And that Wii U got delivered to the great grandkids here, dude. And you're like, all they had on it was his Mario Maker 2 games, and you're like, yeah, fuck them kids and his shitty levels.
Mario Maker 2 came out on the Switch. Mario Maker 1. See, you don't even know which game it was, dude. That's how that proves that game it's okay to close those servers down. You don't even know what the fucking game was.
I don't even know what game's DICE worked on, dude. All right. What are we doing here, bro?
True.
Why are you attacking me this early while I'm this drunk, dude?
The other thing, Sonic Superstars came out, which is the first time Sonic has delved into true co-op, a la Mario, the new Mario Brothers games style. The only complaint I've really seen, I've seen like mediocre reviews for it, but the only complaint is it's slower, for a Sonic game. But I think if the platforming's good. The platforming's good. If the boss fights are good, I'm okay with it. I do plan on getting these games, and Sony's 2-ton juggernaut came out.
Spider-Man technology.
Spider-Man 2. Blast technology, brother. Blast technology.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man 2 came out for the PlayStation. That's
people hate it, bro.
What?
The new Spider-Man game.
No, they don't. What the fuck are you
talking
about?
I'm telling you, bro. The new one, dude, that just came out, bro.
What are you talking about? God. Where are you getting your info, dude?
The internet, dude. The internet was like, this game's trash, dude. They made Mary Jane look like a man, dude. It's crazy. Black Cat's now lesbian, dude. Where
are you getting your info, dude?
I don't know, dude. From the internet, bro. It's a little news source that you might have heard of. These 8th graders on the bus, dude, are telling me all this information, bro.
All right. Chip clearly hasn't done any research, so
you came prepared, dude. You got notes and shit. You catching me off guard, dude. Look at this guy, dude.
I'm dying. But no. My point being, any game in November that you're actively looking for, Chip, looking forward to.
No, November.
So,
no, I don't think so. I don't know. I was looking at like upcoming games, upcoming releases.
Yeah,
a little bit ago. There's nothing in there where I was like, oh shit. It's like I was surprised that there's not a lot of sequels right now that are being announced, which I was excited about that. There's a few games I added to my wish list I can't really think of off the top of my head, and I don't really care to go click on and look at what those are.
Sure.
But they're more like smaller indie games as well, where it's like they're doing something interesting. But nothing big. People were saying that the new Avatar game was okay. I know, Nintendo's coming out with a couple games. Those seem like they'll be great. Nintendo's always out there delivering.
The new Super Princess Peach.
I know they also just had a little bit of drama with like they were threatening, I think, Ludwig about Smash Bros. They're like, hey man, chill out with them Smash Bro tourneys. And he's like, but you guys said I could.
Yeah, they outlined community guidelines for their tournaments. Nintendo aggressively protects its IP regardless. This is not new for Nintendo. And people are like, oh, how you gonna dictate what the community is? You want to play that game? It's their property. You don't own it.
They try and control like reviews and shit. This might get flagged by Nintendo, dude. Like just us even talking about them. Like, I think what they care about is like actual gameplay footage. Yeah. So if like we had like little screenshots or something going on, they might be like, hey, you got to join our Nintendo's ambassador program. And they're like, what does that entail? Doing exactly what we tell you. We're like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, I think the
games are great, dude. What do you want?
I think the weirdest thing is they cap prize money for it. And
Yeah.
I'm personally thinking that Nintendo is going to come out probably next year or something with like an official Nintendo sponsored Smash tournament.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something fucking even more amazing. Like they would start doing like online tournaments where they offer like money, cash prizes online for their games.
They've been doing online tournaments for
No, I'm saying
for
like official
Splatoon.
Nintendo
Yeah,
for
no,
like their game. Like
they've been
imagine,
doing
if
it.
you will, a monthly tournament arc with $1,000 on the line
They've
for
been
the
doing
top
that.
players. All right, yeah. Who's
Like,
doing this, dude? You can't just
no,
keep fucking.
Nintendo.
Nintendo doing
Yeah,
cash
yeah.
money tournament
Mario
prize.
Tennis
What?
Aces.
What?
Yeah, Mario Tennis Aces.
When?
Since it
What
launched, dude.
games?
Mario Tennis Aces, Mario Kart did it for a while.
This is why I haven't heard of it. Dude, those games are kind of like whack, bro. How much is the money? What's involved
So
here?
you get like Nintendo points for winning, which you can use.
No,
to buy
fuck
games and
Nintendo
stuff.
points. I'm talking cash prizes, bro. Money.
Okay. Here's the thing.
This is like some pachinko legal fucking loopholes where they're like,
getting money
you don't win
for
money.
prizes, though. So here's the thing. I used to run tournaments,
declare that
right?
on your taxes.
Right? Like
Yeah.
I used to run Halo tournaments out of Holiday Inns. When you
I feel like you're Shrek's onion, bro.
What do you?
You got all kinds of layers you gotta even know about, bro. This is one of them hairy fucking skinned onion layers I did not know about, bro. You're
Really?
running background, underground, cash money
That was
tournaments
like,
out of a Holiday Inn, dude. How
Yeah, I was
low
still-
down
I
shit
was in,
did you get, dude?
I was in high
Was
school.
this hose
when I
involved,
did
dude?
it.
Was this a pimp thing?
No, it's not.
All right,
It's
yeah.
not.
All right, legally now.
Pretty
I
sure
get
you
it.
knew
I
me
got
then,
you.
dude.
He's
Like,
winking, dude. All right, now go on. Onward.
So I ran tournaments out of Holiday Inns, and then I ended up partnering with the Land Center. It was called here locally, but when that still existed, and did the Halo tournament out of there. Giving cash prizes is a slippery slope. Depending on how popular you are, mine was obviously this grassroots thing. It was like myself and one other dude,
Especially when there's hoes involved.
to get Xboxes together and do it.
She's an actress.
Now, doing it, and I gave cash out as a prize. Kept some, for myself just for updating it. But I clearly displayed like what it is, however many entrants it was. I broke it down, so we had a first place, second place, third place prize. Third place was basically your money back. Second place was like money plus like a chunk, and first place was about 40% of the gate. So
nice.
So it's a decent amount. So doing that was fine, but if I were to have such a big, I never had more than like 50 to 100 people.
Legally, I got you.
If I were to do,
as far as the fire department's concerned,
like
the sheriffs are already
cash prizes.
Yeah.
At that point, you have to report it on taxes.
Yeah.
Well, tax man gets everybody, and that's
technically you're supposed to report money you find on the floor, dude, to the tax man, dude.
Yeah,
the garage sale, you're supposed to, pay sales and use tax on that shit,
an
dude.
event that's advertised, even locally, tax implications are there, and that's
really, always do your taxes.
That's really one of the.
We have to legally say that.
Yeah. So and then there's also like equipment costs. Like I stopped doing them because a buddy of mine got his copy of Halo stolen. One of the copies it was Halo 2. It's Halo 3. I'm sorry. One of the copies
copy of Halo 3
before we started pulling the system.
He hit it up his pants.
They opened the disc and stole the game. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So stop doing them.
Dude. I've heard this about conventions. Like somebody stole like a fucking laptop at a convention. I guess it's one of those things that people who go to a lot of conventions know about, is that if like shit isn't bolted down, people just straight up steal a lot of shit, dude. It's like whenever you like see like a game or something, you're like, why is this thing bolted in here with like Loctite and fucking chained down? Like if some asshole ruined it for everybody else. There's a lot of low level thievery. A lot of people doing it for the love of the game. Some people don't know no better.
The game of thieving.
Yeah, dude. Some people are in it, dude. They like that adrenaline rush, dude. It's like a low stakes, drug to them because they're too much of a pussy to, too much of a pussy to like start drinking in the middle of the day, first thing 5 a.m., dude. They're like, no, I need to go steal a candy bar just to feel alive.
It's true.
Steal his Halo 3 ODST, dude.
Yeah, but it's what it is. But I think for me, like that, I'm like, I can't afford security. I'm like one dude who got another buddy to really do this with me, Nintendo, even if they're doing community events and stuff, they aggressively protect their IPs. They don't like you
There'd be
making
no
like
Hello Our Dice games in the back of the fucking
exactly
hotel
yeah.
room with Nintendo's running that shit.
Yeah. So I people are all like, oh, what the hell? No, you don't own it. You buy the game. It's a fucking
You're licensed, yeah.
it's a glorified license is what you have
Yeah,
to
read the
use the game.
TOS.
It's their property.
You
Like,
own
does it
nothing.
suck? Is it unfair? Sure, you could say that, but at the end of the day, Nintendo has
Look
a
at what
right
they
to
did to
protect
our
their
boy
IP.
Overwatch 1, dude.
Yeah. If you don't like it, go play Rivals of Aether. Go play other games if you really don't. They
Make your own game, dude.
People are like, that's not the answer. Okay, yeah, but still, it's what's happened. That's like, you can complain all you want. It's Nintendo. It's their
Have
shit.
you
Fuck
looked
'em.
at like open source gaming at all?
Yeah, what, like
Like Linux, like Tux, they've like an Unreal style open source game now.
Nexius or
Yeah, whatever it's
Tremulous,
called.
all that. Yeah, I actually have that installed.
Have you looked into like
Let me
what's I don't know, dude.
look at it here.
I thought by now, like this is how weird I am. Like back in like 20 aughts, dude, like just 2000, when like Tux Racer and shit got first announced, I was like, this is it, man. This is gonna be like the open software digital revolution, dude, because there's way more people. There's more gamers than there are corporations,
Zonatic,
bro.
it's called.
Yeah, we're gonna rise up, dude. There's gonna be a flood of like dope open source games basically I thought like Minecraft, right? Because like what do they call it, like a 0 point game where like you can make more games within the game.
Yeah.
I thought that like the open source community would come together and like build something like Minecraft for Linux, where it'd be like everyone's out here making games now. This is it. This is the future. Everything's now like fuck these corporations. But it didn't happen, dude. I don't know. Making games is hard. One, I've discovered that. But two, like I don't know. It just feels like nobody really talks about it. No, I don't know. Like you just don't hear about Linux gaming that much, dude, unless you like really go out there looking for it.
They don't have a killer app. Simple as that.
I mean, right now their killer app's like the Steam OS, dude. Like the Steam launcher is like their new killer app, dude. Like,
but that's it. At the end of the day, you have to have some sort of marketing, even if it's grassroots, if it's word of mouth, to do it. And there's no open source killer app. It's as simple as that. Dude,
I guess you could say like Android is Linux, so like their killer apps are all like these shitty free to play phone games where like they're not open source, but like they're free in a technical sense, where they steal all of your information and data, and like you paid money, and they hijack your reward system. But I mean that's all video games in somewhat capacity, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I guess like their killer apps was like the Android marketplace was the Android phone OS, like the Steam OS. Like
right.
It's kind of sad to think about.
It is. And on that sad note,
you've been working on anything, Dave? Any progress on the games front?
Yeah, let me
can't end it here, dude. Can't end it with this quick, man. Just give me the quick bullet points, dude. How's that Doom chess game coming?
Yeah, I'm yeah.
Are you making that shit for yours? Is that for you or
printing? It's being made for me.
Okay.
So, I got a box ready to go to store everything. Got a couple more pieces
to do. Full of stuff? Oh, sheesh.
All right. Pieces, so there's like
he's holding up a gray box with a bunch of chess pieces in there. Looks like Doom pieces.
There's a lid I'm working on here. I have to reprint it because my print bed settings weren't set correctly on one corner. So
I think that's fine, dude. I think you spray that with some stainless steel like lacquer, dude. It'll look dope.
It's not gonna actually slide in because the box is a parametric.
Oh, it's made for like sliding.
Yeah, so it's not gonna actually slide.
Hey, how about this though? You 3D print some hinges.
Then
and you just like super glue the hinges on there, dude.
Yeah, that's an idea.
You have a 3D printer, bro. You could do anything.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, no. For the chessboard, the chessboard I'm making for me, it's legitimately what. So
with the pieces printer, are all done. You're just working on the lid.
Yep.
Board done.
Yep. Everything's done. So really, like, I always wanted like a video game themed chess set, and my thought was always Halo, Doom, Mario, and the guy on Thingiverse had a whole Doom chess set. It was beautiful, and I'm like, I have a 3D printer. I can do this. So one
Nice.
like pretty much lifelong dream I wanted X'd out.
Yeah.
Getting a VR headset. I
Cross it off the list.
wanted to experience some things like being
VR porn.
actually there. Star Wars Squadrons, be sitting in an X-wing. Flying a plane.
Yeah, dude,
things like
that's
that.
the most amazing experience ever, dude.
Exactly. So, dude, I'm
VR
at the
squads
point where
just flying around.
I'm trying to knock out bucket list items, man. The only thing left on my personal bucket list for life is to skydive.
Oh shit!
That's literally
All right.
I've done.
You said you're waiting for the kids to grow up to do that, though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. When the kids are,
I feel like the technology will get better as well, like throughout time.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I cracked open Unreal Engine.
As far as gaming, as you know, I mentioned on this podcast.
You played the finalists.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
All right.
I don't think it'll take off for the finals, actually. I think it's
a little bit fast paced. There's a lot of verticality to it. I know that both those things tend to alienate the audience.
I liked it, but I feel like the time to kill is too long for a large audience of casuals. That's my take.
I didn't mind the time to kill just because the action is so fast paced.
Okay.
But like I could see you being on the other end of that where like if you die fast, like it's just not fun. Right? Like you're gonna have like a really bad time. Like if you're not like used to like a more fast paced like your Quakes or your Unreal style movement shooting. If you don't have like your FOV turned up to like 150 or whatever, you're like looking around all corners. Like I could see you like running for like a minute, dying like in 10 seconds, and then be like, well, fuck, now I'm waiting 15 seconds. Now I'm running for like another 20 seconds or whatever. Like that adds up, dude. You just spent the whole game looking at a screen.
Yeah. No, like I said, I enjoyed it. I don't think it'll catch on with the larger general audience. That's all. I hope I'm wrong. I hope for X Dice devs, I hope I'm wrong, but history kind of says what it is. I still have my bucket list goals for 2023 to complete a game for my kids, and just
it's only like a month left of 2023, dude.
I gotta get on it.
Dog on it, bro.
How about yourself, man? I know you're working on Unreal stuff. How's your experience with the Unreal? You pussied out? That's sweet.
I was using Unity, and then the professor was on me. He's like, what about all that drama? I was like, I don't give a fuck. And then I was working on this like shitty TFT style game, and I was watching this YouTuber who reviews NFT video games because I was like, oh, those are things. Let me see what this NFT video verse is about. And the guy was working on like a really bootleg TFT style game, and he's like, look at this TFT style game. This shit looks like it's from like 6 years ago when everyone was coming out with the TFT game, trying to grab that cash. And I was like, fuck, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm fucking up. And it was like, he's like on top of that shitty NFTs, and I was like, god damn it, I wasn't gonna do NFTs, but damn, it's cold truth.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, I finished most of the game, and then I got to the combat loop, and something in my programming wasn't clearing the nodes when they die, when units die.
Yeah.
So it would be fine until like the round got too many units on the board, and like some of the nodes wouldn't clear, and then it would just get like a traffic jam where like all the units wouldn't know what the fuck to do. Yeah. And I don't know what was causing it. My code was working fine literally like a while before that, and I was just like, fuck, I don't know what this is, dude. Like my code is really complicated at this point. There's like 6 different scripts that could be causing this problem. 3 of them I just wrote.
Yeah,
I don't want to deal with this shit. I'm just gonna go.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna try and learn some Unreal shit, dude.
Got it.
But I went into that Hammer editor, and that's what the real catalyst was. Because I was like, I just want to make some Counter-Strike maps.
Yeah,
I just want to make maps. I want to make some 3D maps and shoot shit in it, dude. And so I was like, yeah. And the workshop wasn't up yet, but now the workshop seems to be up for Steam, so that's a plus. Yeah. But before that happened, it wasn't up, and so I was like, man, there's no way to really play this with the homies at this point. The workshop's down. Also, like, I can't really get deeper into it, like the SDK. So all I can really make is like, planting, diffusing maps for Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I don't want to learn like their weird squirrel programming language, but I don't know. This is my bigger issue. Like I have the same issue. It's probably why I didn't get into G develop, because I didn't want to learn like the G script.
Sure.
I was like, just give me fucking like JavaScript or Lua or fucking C# or C++. Give me a real programming language that I can transition to like any other thing with. Don't be like, oh, this is our shit that it works basically like Python. Oh, it works basically like Java. It's like to just why don't you basically just use Java or Python then or Lua, bro?
Let me ask you this: now that the workshop's up, will you complete a Counter-Strike map to have us play?
I already have like 2 of them. I could probably just port them over for us to play.
We have like a like a squad half the time. We could have full teams versus each other on your map.
That's true. Yeah, I did vaguely threaten that with the homies, where it's like, oh, now's the time. I could put up my one map that I finished. I have like the tutorial map, and then I have like another map that I kind of made. And I'm not sure how good the other map that I made is, mostly because I haven't played anything on it. So
we'll put it through its paces, dude.
Yeah, we'll see what's up. Like, yeah, that's the main thing about map making and level design is like you don't know until like you actually get in there and start playing on it.
Yep.
Like what needs to be done. I almost wish there was like a tool to. You've done like QA, a lot of QA shit. Is there like a tool where you can like hit a button and it flags like an area?
No, but there are. So I can't NDA stuff.
I know. Yeah, I know. So there's like heat maps and stuff. I know like there's like places.
Heat maps are basically what you have. So if they release the game before, they a lot of times they'll design a map based on another map. So they'll try and kind of copy the heat maps to try and build around where players usually are. I can't
where
say
people get stuck. Yeah, where people are. Yeah, there's a lot of games like that.
Yeah,
I know there are tools exactly like that for Counter-Strike, the Counter-Strike community. But it's like a service you have to pay for and be like, oh, let me hook this up to like this. I know like a lot of those services are down right now too. Like even like the replays and stuff because like we're using those. Yeah. And like Valve like kind of turned off a lot of that stuff because they're still working out the bugs. It's still early release. They're a small indie company, bro.
Yeah,
mid-sized company.
Yep.
So yeah, no, like there's like heat maps and stuff. I know like there's, I want like to just like be able to like drop a flag that'll like show back up like on like the back end for the devlog, so I can like look at my map and be like, okay, people are having issues here, or like I know you can like see where people die and stuff as well. Where I'm like, okay, this is like where a lot of people are always dying. Let me check the line of sights here. You can also check like the win-loss ratio on maps where it's like, is this like 50-50? Is it like more T-sided? Is it more CT-sided? Like, there's all kinds of, just making a map is the easy part. Like getting a well-balanced, like fun to play map is incredibly difficult.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. I'll end my portion of the pod here.
Send it here, dude.
I'm working on a Halo Infinite Forge map. So that's
oh shit! See you next week. Like, share, subscribe.
All right, later.
We out. Peace. You bitch.